Welcome back to the PAX Online Roundup from the Chronicles of Geek here on Geek News Now. I'm Damon Roth, the geek from the north, here virtually at the PAX EAST Online 2021 conference. Part of our Geek News Now coverage that we're bringing to you on our Facebook pages, our website, geeknewsnow.net, and of course, our YouTube channel. Now, don't forget to like and subscribe below to keep up on all your fan-fueled content and the latest Geek News Now. For those who love old school games, myself included, hearing the phrase good old games, refer to GOG.com for that gem. If you don't know, you're welcome. And words like abandonware, they invoke memories of nostalgic gaming days long in the past. And the panel that I jumped into this afternoon delved into some of their favorite forgotten retro games. We're going to start all the way back with Atari Jaguar. Now, that was a console from the mid-1990s, early 1990s. That was Atari's last gasp at survival at the time, selling less than 250,000 consoles. And the game we're going to look at is Alien vs. Predator. Now, the game, according to Pat Contrary, was a great play for the time. He liked the game, he liked the feel, he liked the way it looked. It just was one of those things where not many people saw it and not many people got to experience it because of the fact it was on the Jaguar. His second offering was Baseball Stars 1989 for the NES, which was a major update for the arcade version. Now, this non-licensed game, meaning that it had no endorsements from Major League Baseball, not that they did anything wrong, because everything in the game was invented for the game itself, from the names of the teams to the players. And for an old school NES game, this is one that you're going to want to check out, and it's available apparently on many cartridges, so just go down to your local gaming store if you got an NES and see what you can find. Now, Alex offering to the panel came from the old platform, the Neo Geo, and what he was looking at was Neo Turf Masters. Now, this is a perfect example of a game that at the time relied on mechanics to hook the player. No fancy graphics, no fancy dialogue, just good gameplay that actually was realistic. And the game worked then. But now, according to Alex, the game doesn't really hold up because most gaming sports fans today are looking for an immersive experience, not one that's just kind of nostalgic. He concluded, though, that the game's playability for those who are looking for a nostalgic game is definitely one they're going to want to check out. Now, Norman Caruso brought his cartridge of Little Samson, a late NES game from 1992 that plays very similar to Mega Man. The game did not make a major impact on the North American market, with Norman commenting that this may have been because of the Samson name, which led many to think it was related to a Bible game. Other panelists, however, rightly pointed out that the game was released 7 years into the lifespan of the original NES and over a year after the release of its replacement, the Super Nintendo. And this would have hurt any game's chances of making an impact on the marketplace. Now, it is worth noting, however, that today that the price for this cartridge of this almost forgotten game tops over $1,000 a cartridge if it's working. This might be one you want to play on an emulator, although that, of course, is always a gray area in terms of legality. Kelsey Lewin has been exploring Game Boys and many of the titles that were never released in the North American market. P-Tan from 1997 is her current favorite. She mentions that it takes about 10 to 20 minutes to complete the game, and that fits well with those who don't want to spend 3 hours at a time gaming. A lot of us don't. Now, this is indicative for many of the offerings that were offered for the Game Boy. It was a perfect segment for the market that lays in games that they want an experience, but they don't want it to take for hours, and this is what the Game Boy did perfectly. Now, if you're interested in playing these games and others that are out there, they do exist. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of channeling your inner dig dug to find the classic that you're looking for. Don't forget that the final round of Megatron is later today, and we will be doing a special report of the Chronicles of Geek here at PAX Online 2021 to bring you the results. So stay tuned later today to see what happens at a Megatron. For the Chronicles of Geek here on Geek News Now at PAX Online East 2021, I'm Damon Roth, the Geek from the North. Don't forget to like and subscribe below, and as always, my friends, stay safe, stay brave, and most of all, stay geeky.